95.7 The Game breaking news.
Oh, I love it when they hit that and we don't even know what it is. Let's go. What's happening, Lucas?
If it's worth the sounder, you know it has to do with your Giants. The Giants are finalizing a trade to acquire outfielder and NL West legend AJ Pollock and utility man Matthias from the Seattle Mariners.
Okay.
According to Jetpack.
Of course it's Seattle.
AJ Pollock. AJ Pollock, power hitting, right-handed. I mean, former Dodger here. Like, he's been with the Mariners, but you remember him the last few years with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Okay.
All right, Farhan. Okay. Not waiting till the last minute.
That's right. We knew we were going to get the breaking news sounder in the 2 and 3 o'clock hour on this show. I just thought it would be tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
I just thought it would be tomorrow. But here it is today. So AJ Pollock, if you want to know what he's been doing
negative
this
war,
year,
Mark. He's a negative war guy.
Another one of these negative war players. Yeah, he's hitting 173 this year. So
hadn't been good. Just 5 home runs.
You think they gave up Bailey and Luciano? I know that's what everyone wants to know, what they give up.
This feels to me like probably prospect 10,
18?
like you're saying. You were saying before about, let's give up prospect 10 or, whatever that sort of package would be.
Okay, just to go back not too long ago, though, because with the Mariners, he only played 49 games, and no, it was not good this year. Last year with the White Sox, 14 home runs, a 245 batting average. The year before that with the Dodgers, 21 home runs and a 297 batting average. So not far removed from being incredibly productive.
Yeah.
However, 35 years old now and has only played in about half the games with the Mariners this year, which tells me, and I'll look at this, I don't know, but he must have been dealing with some injuries this year. And boy, Farhan loves it when he sees someone coming off an injury.
And he loves to trade with the Seattle Mariners.
He does.
I mean, this has got to be like the 5th or 6th deal that he's swung with Seattle.
That's super speed dial, by the way. Super speed dial. Utility man Matthias. That's not a name I'm familiar with. So let's find out a little bit about Mark. Mark, a younger player, also negative WAR. So we got that streak going on. But this is somebody who's got a lot less experience in the bigs. Just 22 games this year. He has only hit 6 career home runs. But a 249 career hitter, a utility man, someone
who can second.
Yeah, he can help
Last
up the middle of the diamond.
He played first, he played third, he played left, he played right. This year, primarily at second base. So there's another guy you can throw into the hopper. And, I wonder how much Matthias sticks around once Tyro Estrada comes back.
All right, so what we're waiting for now is what they sent out in the deal. Lucas, do we have anything on that yet?
We do not. I can share this with you, though.
Okay.
Of the 5 home runs, as Dibs shared, one of those 5 home runs this season for AJ Pollock came here at Oracle Park against the Giants.
Oh.
How about that?
So he loves hitting here. He loves hitting at Oracle Park.
No, I wouldn't say that. I looked at his career numbers
He
here.
loves it.
275.
He loves
392.
Oracle.
Now, was Farhan with the Dodgers in 2019? Because that's...
No, he's already here.
He was already here in 2019. Okay, I was wondering if he was a Farhan guy from way back. Farhan's been here that long already, huh? Man.
Is AJ Pollock, is he going to... I'm trying to think about his MLB Immaculate Grid. Is AJ Pollock, is he covering...
Padres shy.
Okay.
In the NL West.
So he's done the entire NL West except for the Padres. Is that right?
Oh, I guess Rockies too. They don't really count, though.
Okay.
Even in the division.
Okay, so he played with the Diamondbacks, and now, Diamondbacks, Dodgers, White Sox, Mariners, Gigante.
And I can also tell you the Mariners put him on the 10-day IL 9 days ago with a hamstring strain. So you mentioned injuries. He is coming off of one right now.
He's coming off of one right now, just like he has. All right. So hamstring strain, about to be activated. Activation sensation. Here we go. Well, listen.
It's a move.
It's a move. You wanted him to move. They made a move.
And a veteran bat. You bring in a 35-year-old who's struggling, and you hope that you can just put him out there in the role that you need him. Go ahead and face lefties and see if you can provide some pop and then be a right-handed bat off the bench.
I'll tell you what this also tells me. This is my guess now. I still think that an Eduardo Rodriguez starter type is definitely a possibility. And maybe we'll be laughing at this comment tomorrow. This deal to me signals that Farhan, while being active with reinforcements, is unequivocally, absolutely not obliterating this farm system. He's not going to do it.
Right.
He's not going to do it. I think the Matthias thing probably means no Tommy Edman, and Edman would have been much more expensive. There's no two ways about that. And I just don't think that Farhan wants to mess with the top 6 or 7 prospects in his organization. I don't think he wants to do it. You know,
Yeah.
I think that he'll play with something in the top 10 if he thinks it's the right deal for right now. But when you talk about Matos, Bailey, Luciano, Schmidt, Harrison, Wiz and Hunt, I think those guys are all going to be Giants by tomorrow afternoon.
Right, not San Francisco Giants, but still in the farm.
Yes.
As far as the Harrison and the Wisenhunt pieces are concerned. And I think you're right. And if you look at this team, and Steiny and Evan had a good conversation going earlier in terms of the benefit of having these young guys make a playoff run. Even if you don't get over the top and win the World Series, I do think there's great benefit to having Schmidt, Bailey in particular, he'll be out there. Matos is getting a lot of playing time. Having them go through in October, no matter how it ends up, is only going to benefit you down the road.
And the other thing you always want to look at, and it is exactly as you'd expect when it comes to players who are acquired, what's the contract situation?
Yeah, I looked at that.
AJ Pollock is a free agent at year's end. So this is not something where the Giants have signed on to anything expensive and anything that lasts beyond this year. He is on a 1-year, $7 million contract, so this will probably cost the Giants somewhere in the neighborhood of $3 million if they're even taking all of it on. But again, we're also awaiting who they gave up.
Right, and I think that Pollock's contract was partly bought out by Chicago. I'm looking at a note on Baseball Reference, so Chicago's paying some of the freight already. Mark Matthias, by the way, Fremont legend.
Yeah.
From Irvington High School in Fremont, went to Santa Clara as well.
Okay, now Matthias, we're being told, is the exact pronunciation.
Matthias.
Sensation. And also 1 year, $750,000. But this guy, the potential to be in the organization for a long time. Right now, he is pre-ARB.
He's pre-ARB.
And now you know what happens
that.
after pre-ARB. Next year,
he's ARB.
ARB 1.
Yeah.
And then the year after that, ARB 2.
I'm looking at it here. Free agent in 2028. Yeah. Sorry about that, kid. Get comfortable.
That's right. This is Yaz Light. They just acquired someone who they're like, he doesn't have to be paid until he's old. He can be 33 before this guy gets out of ARB.
Yeah.
And is able to sign an actual contract. So he's not even making $1 million.
He turned 29 in 2 days, Mark, on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Mark Matthias will be 29.
Matthias, Cal Poly legend as well. Did you throw that in there?
I
didn't hear
said
you say
Santa
that.
Clara. He was born in Santa Clara.
Born in Santa Clara.
Lived in Fremont. Went to Irvington High School.
We got a Mustang, people.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Sorry, Tristan Beck. We got a new fan favorite.
I wonder if Matthias is even going to be on the big league roster.
I was just thinking that. Does he have options?
I'm sure he does. If he hadn't even gotten to ARB yet. So if he hasn't even gotten to ARB yet, I bet he's got options. Anyway, guys, bust in as soon as we know which Giants farmhand or whatnot got sent out to complete this deal for the Giants and Mariners. By the way, Candelario to the Cubs from the Nationals. That's another guy that's been out there in conversations a lot. He goes to the Cubs, which also signals, which we already knew, but the Cubs over the last week switched from potential sellers to buyers. So the Cubs are now officially in. There's not going to be a Bellinger. There's not going to be a Stroman. Those guys are going for the wild card race in the National League.
As they should.
Yep.
I mean, especially when you look at the Central and Milwaukee picking up Canna today, trying to shore up. It feels like the Central is pretty wide open between Cincinnati, the Cubs on the outside looking in, but Milwaukee is certainly going to be right there.
AJ Pollock also very good numbers historically at Oracle Park. He loves it. He absolutely loves it. He's dying to play in San Francisco, loves the city, and loves everything it stands for. I'm making up some of that, but there it is. AJ Pollock, the name that you might know, he is now a member of the San Francisco Giants. And no, we still do not know exactly who's going in the other direction. But John Heyman is going to join us in a little bit less than 10 minutes here, and we'll dive in on where this could go next. Eduardo Rodriguez, the starting pitcher, is out there. But even with just this, I think there's a little bit of an extra juice in the ballpark tonight. There's something that feels like, right, the Giants got through that losing streak. You welcome the Red Sox to town. The A's and Red Sox, you go 4-1 with last week at home. Kind of a an adult series over the weekend. And the Giants were able to grab 2, and now here you go. The Diamondbacks are in your backyard. Very big series. You're going to play the A's again coming up later this week. And for those of you who have looked ahead, the schedule is crazy difficult throughout the month of August. They needed to tell their guys, we're here to help.
Yeah.
And this is the start, even though it's not an earth-shattering deal at all.
56 games left to go on the docket, so you've got about a third of the year. You could break the season up into 54, 54, and 54. So after the first 2 games against Arizona, you're down to that final third. And if it's a horse race, you're getting up to the top of the stretch. You're on the far turn right now, getting ready to make that turn for home, which is why this Arizona series is such a big one.
Big.
If you lose 3 of the 4, you're in a flat-footed tie with the Diamondbacks. If you win 3 of 4, all of a sudden you've got a 4-game buffer between you and Arizona. You could put the Diamondbacks a little bit into the rear view with a good, solid performance in the 4-game set.
You know what else is happening right now at Oracle Park?
No, Mark.
Tyro Estrada
Oh,
batting
I actually
practice.
did see that on the field.
Tyro Estrada batting practice. Rehab assignment coming very soon, and he has stated he thinks it will be a short one. So there's another acquisition for the Giants. His name is Tyro Estrada, coming soon to a baseball park near you.